Hey everyone, I'm Cosmic and welcome to the Cloud. Let's play some Splatoons. I think I already saw Zombie won the sneak peek. Excuse me. I actually have not played it all myself yet, but I was watching a friend play. Hello Gooberling. Happy Splatoons. Hopefully chat starts showing up after that. Oh, it's like really close though. It's one of the ones where it's like all 33. I will be going Team Ghost. I genuinely have not played Splatoon in like a minute. I have been silk songing it mostly on Switch. Oh wow, nice. Yeah, I can play with viewers, might as well. It's just turf war. Oh yeah, okay, YouTube changed the chat to have like the @ symbol now. I don't like that. I don't understand why YouTube thinks people want to go by their handles instead of their display names. They did this with comments a while ago. It's like, just let people show their display names. But okay, whatever. I guess I see all of your like ats now. That's fine. Already 100x, nice. Yeah, I don't know, we're just gonna be chilling. Ooh, that's cool. We've never gotten 60 FPS Splatoons until now, so that's kinda nice. I might check out, oh, I forgot they did like the green, like fog. I guess that's just like a retextured big run thing technically, but that's cool. I want to check out the plaza really quick actually. Can I change that, or is that just like a YouTube thing? Yeah. Oh, so yes, I did draw Callie fan art. I know how to draw one thing, and it is Callie Cuttlefish. Like the usernames, like a while back YouTube switched to like the Twitter thing where everyone has like a handle where it says like @ and your username, but you also have like a display name, and I don't know why YouTube switched to showing people's like @ handles in the chat instead of just their display names. They did this with comments a long time ago, and it's like people probably just want to go by the name they set as their display name. So I don't really get it, but whatever. I mean, it's more than a theoretical. She might not be Cuttlefish. We don't know what side of the family Captain Cuttlefish is on, but I'm going to say Callie Cuttlefish because I want to. Oh, no way. We get to see the Glenn Fiddler evidence. No way, guys. Look, side order. No way. I forgot how few of them there even were. Did they change this, or was it... Okay, whatever. We're not gonna do that again. Oh god. Yeah, it's genuinely been like a minute since I played this game. I think I literally haven't played since Big Run, actually, which is sort of crazy. That's the first time in Splatoon 3 that I like have not played the game between two like major events. But yeah, I don't know. I've just had other things to do. But we'll go ahead. I'll do the pool. So I need to type the message then. Okay, it's weird because it does the channel name too. Like, I'm the Cosmic Cloud in chat now, which is like, I feel like that's more confusing for people watching the stream. Whatever. If I can change that, I would like to, but I don't know if I can. I'll just hop into a game first, and then we'll get people in afterwards. I probably don't want to just use this weapon, but whatever. I'll do a warm-up round, because I haven't been on the game in a bit. But yeah, hope you guys have been doing good. I think the volume is good here. We'll see. Yeah. I feel like in theory it's cooler for a different team to get the chance to win, but like, I don't know. I don't like choosing. I normally have a pretty solid answer for Splatfest. I'm normally not too torn. So like, I was Ghost last time, so now I'm still Ghost. So I still want Ghost to win, I guess, even if it is kind of the boring outcome. Oh, and we also are straight into a mirror match. Only played one game today. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll play off stream. I might play a bit, like, if my friends get on or whatever, but I don't know. Splatoon, it's like a weird thing with me, because I don't... Oh my god. I don't feel like I've stopped playing the game, because I'm still always thinking about the game. Like, I'm always, like, scripting some Splatoon video, or, like, thinking about things, or, like, talking to people about the lore. So I never feel like I'm, like, absent. But I have not actually engaged with, like, the genuine video game in quite a bit. I mean, even when I played Big Run a couple weeks ago, I hadn't played for a while before that, so... Yeah. Playing Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread is cool. I feel like... I don't know. I like Metroid Dread a lot. It's just really short. Which is like a good thing, because it means you can like replay it and like kind of like speedrun it like casually. But... Also, I don't know, it didn't leave much of like a lasting impression. I like played it, I 100%ed it 3 times, but that basically felt like beating the game once, almost, just because of how short it is, so then I haven't really thought about it much since, but I enjoyed my time with it. Oh, come on. Shoot. Well, I always felt like I was like the exception. Like a lot of like lore people or people who are just into like the music and characters and stuff, I feel like are people who like don't necessarily play the game as much, but are just like engaged with like the fandom stuff. And I was always like, you know, super into the lore and things, but then I also just played the game a ton. But now I'm definitely at the point where it's like, I mean, you know, it makes sense. Like the content updates have ended. There's just not as much going on with the game, but I don't know. It took a while for me to fall off of Splatoon 2, honestly. Like, I was still going pretty strong in that game for a good while, even when I was kind of sick of it. I don't know, I felt like I just like... Well, because like Splatoon 3 had been announced, so I was still like excited about the idea of Splatoon. But then we still just had to play Splatoon 2. But yeah, definitely hitting... I wouldn't call it like burnout necessarily, but just, yeah. Not as excited to just get on the game of Splatoon. But I mean, I'm happy I'm playing now. Splatfest are always chill. Well, it's a mirror match, so I was gonna say not a great start, but technically that's a win for our team, so whatever. Yeah, I mean, Grandfest was like a different situation, because like even for the smallest teams, you're gonna have like, you know, one of the biggest groups of people ever on the game at once, so. I have no idea what to play. Oh. I don't know, these are just all the new weapons because they came out and I like tried a bunch of them one time, but I don't know if I actually... There's a big swig with splashdown? I didn't even like remember this. What was like my default... This was like my like fallback like Splatfest weapon. Let me put swim speed on my shirt actually. Yes, I have a Splatfest tee. Careful, mate. You sure you want to get rid of the objectively worst ability in the game? Yes, I do, actually. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and open it, if any of you guys want to join. Oh yeah, Air Riders. I will say that direct got me a lot more interested in the game. I still don't feel like it's a day one buy for me. I don't know. I want to say if it goes on sale, but Nintendo games going on sale. I don't know. Just $70. I assume it's 70. But like that's a lot for any kart racer. Like I don't know. I don't really think Mario Kart is even worth like $60, let alone 80. And Air Ride seems like it has a lot of content, but it's still, I don't know. It's a hard sell for me being a full price game. It does look good. It looks a lot better than I initially thought from watching that second direct, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try out the demo. I don't know. I guess City Trial doesn't look that interesting to me, if I'm being honest. So, like the races look better. Like all the characters having different like ultimates and stuff is cool. And like just the courses look good, but I don't know. It's oh my god. I'm getting stick drift. I'm glad Kirby fans are happy. It's been fun like watching other people react to it, but I guess for me it's like I'm impressed, but still don't think I'm going to get it right away. No, the second direct, I was very skeptical about the game needing 2 directs and needing an hour-long direct, but they genuinely did show like a ton of stuff. Like, I don't totally love Sakurai's like format. I think he like it jumps around a little bit and it's kind of weird. This one was better. The first one was like weirder, where like I feel like he like starts talking about something and then like switches topics and then like switches back to like the thing like earlier. Like it's just kind of, I don't know. It's weird because I really liked his like YouTube channel. I thought that had like very good like pacing and organization. All his YouTube videos were like very well thought out, but these directs, I don't know. It's just the I don't think it needed to be an hour. Like, I think the second direct, there was definitely enough stuff to talk about. But I definitely think he could have cut out a bit of the fat. Like, you know, I don't know if we really needed to like see the options. He always wants to like show you the main menu, which I think is a weird thing. They did the same thing with Smash, where like they did this like big dramatic reveal of the main menu. It's like, you know, like I'll see it when I open the game. Like, I get it. There's a bunch of buttons that tell me what they do. I don't know. I don't really. He goes over like the options and stuff. It feels a little excessive to me, but I do like. I mean, it's still fun. Like I like Sakurai. I like his like passion and enthusiasm. I like the like personality he injects into them. I just think they could be trimmed down a little bit. So I don't think it needed to be an hour, but I do think it did justify there being a second direct with the amount of things he showed off. Hello, side up. Yeah, Metroid Prime is so weird. I don't know what they're doing with that game. I feel like the advertising has just been so non-existent. Dun, 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 dun. I don't even. We probably are gonna get a Raiders Direct. I don't know. I don't want a direct for a single player game as much as I want one for a multiplayer game. You know, because it's like we never got like a Splatoon single players normally don't get that much of a, you know, kind of blowout reveal. Like normally, obviously, it's just like a side mode. Or they get like a trailer before the game comes out. Oh my god, why is my stick drift is so bad right now? And the DLCs, you know, don't, you know, they just get like an overview trailer at most. So it's like, it's gonna be weird if we do get a Raiders Direct, because I just feel like they're gonna show a lot of the game. I mean, yeah, it'd be short. I mean, I just think they feel like... Here, hang on. I'm blowing into my controller to get rid of stick drift. I feel like... it seems like they would want to, like, justify or, like, think that they're in the position where they're like, okay, we need to, like, tell people why this game is a spin-off and not just a part of Splatoon 4. So, like, I feel like that's the big question. Like, why is this its own game? Which, to me, like, they could show that in the trailers, you know, if they showed us any gameplay in the trailer. But I could see from their perspective them wanting to, like, make it clear why the game is its own thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's annoying because it's like I almost like wouldn't want to watch it. I just want to go into Raiders. I want to know generally what the gameplay is in like a 2-minute trailer, but I want to still be mostly blind. But I imagine a direct would happen like, you know, long enough before the release of the game that I wouldn't really be able to avoid that information. Like, I never watched the side order overview trailer, and I'm really glad I didn't, because overview trailers always spoil, like, way too much, in my opinion. But I don't know if I'd be able to do that with Raiders if they did a direct, like, 3 weeks before the game came out. Why am I here? But yeah, I mean, if it was like the Mario Kart Direct, I know everyone says that was like bad, and I like agree, but it also was like, you know, it was just short. It's like, here's what the game is, and didn't really like, I mean, you know, Mario Kart didn't really have things to like spoil or reveal, obviously, but like, yeah, if the Raiders one was like that, a Direct is a thing where like I wouldn't mind if it was like bad at advertising the game, just for my own sake, as long as it didn't spoil too much of the game. Whereas like the trailers, I want them to like, you know, actually show myself and other people why the game exists and what it even is. Yeah, well, I mean, but I'm saying I don't think they would just drop a Raiders Direct. Like, we're definitely getting another trailer as the next thing. I don't think we're getting a Direct after that initial teaser. Like, that'd be weird. I guess that's kind of what Kirby got, but I just think Splatoon is different. And also that, you know, Air Riders is a sequel. So people already know what it is. Did I really not kill that guy? Okay. I'm playing really bad today. Like I said, I'm very rusty, and I don't know if it's gonna get much better, so... Yeah, like, I want it to be successful, because I want more single-player Splatoon spin-offs. So I definitely want it to do well. I just... I don't know. I mean, you know, I just want anything. I want them to literally tell us what the game is, because we still don't know. I don't think this is the weapon to be using today. I'm gonna switch off of this. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have opinions on Metroid Prime 4 really, but the trailers for that game have not been good. Hope Raiders have multiplayer after beating the game? I don't really want Raiders to have multiplayer. I know people have mentioned it's like, oh, we technically don't know that it's a single player only game, but it's like I want it to be. I mean, if they did like some kind of co-op thing that could be cool. I mean, a spinoff could have multiplayer. There's nothing stopping that from being the case. I just think the presentation of it looks like a, you know, hero mode. so everyone assumes it is single player, and I also assume it is single player only. But I just, you know, I don't think that is necessarily 100% guaranteed. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's not gonna have PvP. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, it would have, like, a co-op mode or, like, a... Like, the multiplayer would be a side mode. It'd be, you know, it'd be flipped. It'd be, like, the multiplayer would be the, you know, the bonus content. Oh, okay. Wasn't there a leak about the main gameplay loop of Raiders being table turf? I did not hear about that, but that sounds like a joke. I think we can be sure that it's not that. You've heard so many fake... Dude, I want to see fake Raiders leaks, because at least that'd be like fake news to cope with. I don't see anyone on the internet talking about Raiders. I like, literally, I feel like I'm the only, like, guy. I like, have literally, like, gone on YouTube and just looked up, like, Splatoon Raiders and tried just finding other people's, like, hopes and predictions videos. And there are other ones, but they're like, I mean, I don't want to say like they're bad, but it's like, you know, they're mostly very obvious things. Or like, you know, I don't think mine is like amazing, but I at least took the time to like talk about the game in depth, you know, or talk about like my hopes in depth. I feel like I don't know. I'm not really blaming the community. It's more Nintendo's fault because they haven't shown us anything. But I wish there was anything to talk about with Raiders on the internet. Yeah, I know. Oh! Come on. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I bring it up like basically every stream, and I obviously just don't have much more to say, but it will suck if we have to wait all the way until the next Nintendo Direct. Like, that's like what, like 7-8 months of just like no news from the teaser. Like, why did they announce it? I just don't get why they announced it when they did. It was so random, and there was no follow-up. Like, it's just so weird. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, them being able to have mechanics that just are unique and interesting on their own merit without somehow tying back to, like, you know, skills that are helpful to know for PvP, and, like, enemies don't have to be designed based on, like, chargers and splatlings. They can just be anything, and, like, they can add, like, cool movement stuff, like, and the game can probably have a, you know, way higher difficulty curve. Like, I don't know, maybe the skill floor will probably be around the same, but I really want a higher skill ceiling in a Splatoon single player. I want just cool stuff you can do at the end of the game, like with skilled gameplay. Oh. Yeah, I mean, Octo expansion is great, but even there, like, I just want more like player expression, I guess. Like, I mean, I want like movement. I want another movement option. I want like some kind of like just cool new platforming thing. Because Octo expansion, like, you can get really good at its levels, but there isn't much you can do to, like, go beyond that, I feel like. It's like you can just get really good at the core movement of like, you know, shooting ink and swimming, but it's like I wish there was just like a little extra layer of depth. And like I don't even know exactly what form that would take. I want it to be more of a platforming thing than a combat thing. I feel like they tend to like, I don't really know why, but I feel like at least with Side Order, you know, they fully leaned into more of like the combat and like weapon like customization angle of Splatoon, when I really just want more movement. Like cool movement tech, and like I don't know. Yeah, I mean there's just so much they could do. Bum, bum, bum. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're already at the end of October. I doubt we're getting Raiders news in November. Probably not in December. That would be like so troll if they show it at like the Game Awards of all places. They're not going to. That's like ultimate cope. But Nintendo barely has like a presence at the Game Awards. But you know, technically that is a big place where a bunch of gaming news is revealed. That's some ultimate cope, but it exists. And then we're probably waiting until February, if not there. So I literally, they just teased it for 7 months of no news after. I don't know why, but yeah. Yes, I'm playing with viewers. I'm currently playing with one viewer, but if anyone else wants to join, just say so in chat, and then we can let you in. Yeah, dude, Nintendo's, I don't know. I mean, I get that they just like don't really care about the Game Awards, like they just don't really work it into their like yearly schedule for stuff, but it's like, it sucks being a Nintendo fan watching the Game Awards. It's so boring. Might join, but ZA is too fun. That's fair. Yeah, that was rough. Xenoblade 3 not getting... It didn't lose best soundtrack to like God of War. That's so dumb. That's like, what are you talking about, man? Okay. Yeah, nominated for Game of the Year was good. I never thought it was gonna win Game of the Year. I was only mad about the soundtrack thing. Cause like, I don't know, I haven't heard that much of God of War OST, so maybe I'm judging it unfairly, but I was kind of under the impression it was just sort of like, you know, standard cinematic orchestral music, whereas with Xenoblade they like invented a new instrument. They like made their own like flute design, and it's like integrated into the plot of the game, and it's like I like Xenoblade 3 is not just like an okay soundtrack, it's like really good. And had like a lot of like care and thought put into it, and I don't know much about God of War, but I can't imagine it's like on the same level. God of War music is iconic? I mean, I'm not a Sony guy at all. I fully acknowledge I'm biased. I have never heard of God of War song in my life. Maybe it's iconic to a certain audience. I have no idea what God of War music sounds like, really. Used to be a big fan of Splatoon, play 1, 2, but never 3 because it seemed like much the same without much innovation. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I still think Splatoon 3 did enough for me. I get why people, you know, not super hardcore fans were not impressed by it, but I don't know. Oh, sorry, Astrobit. I totally forgot. That's my bad. Yeah, I'll try to remember to let you join next time. Sorry. I mean, Splatoon for best soundtrack is a hard sell anyway, because I feel like when the games first come out, I mean, there was definitely a good amount of music, but like, you know, when people think of the game's music, they think of like the multiplayer tracks first, I feel like, and at launch, all of the games don't have that many multiplayer tracks, and they get kind of repetitive and annoying, so I feel like it doesn't leave a great impression right out of the gate. Obviously, the single-player music is really good in all the games, but yeah, it is. I think it is just too, like, niche, like, to win best soundtrack of the year. Like, especially like with the reputation it has, like, you know, as gurgling piss music. I like, you know, as much as I love Splatoon music, I don't think it would ever get recognized at that kind of event. Yeah, I don't know why there isn't a DLC category. Because I feel like it is so common now for games to have like pretty significant expansions that basically are their own games. I mean, alternative music is really good, and I feel like is generally more of like an agreeable sound than a lot of Turquoise October stuff, but yeah, it wouldn't be at Game Awards. Could work like mini game jobs like selling food at a stall. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect that kind of thing necessarily in a mainline Splatoon game. They can kind of do whatever they want. Like, I wouldn't say like that would never happen because we do have things like table turf or whatever, but I don't know. I definitely think Splatoon 3 could have used like one more major mode to set it apart more, but I mean, there's pretty much infinite ideas you could have for that. Yeah, Splatoon winning best multiplayer. Which, okay, the annoying thing about that is that no one was happy. Because all of the COD fans were like, what the hell do you mean the stupid Squid Game won best multiplayer? And all of the Splatoon fans were like, bro, the game disconnects every 5 seconds. Why did it win best multiplayer? Like, no one was happy about it, except for like me. I feel like. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair criticism. I don't know. I still feel like people exaggerate how bad Splatoon's multiplayer was at launch, but maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. We actually won a game. We have not been winning a lot of games this stream. And I will remember to back out this time. Yeah. That's the thing, I still don't know. I mean, I don't really want to bring it up again because it's the thing I used to talk about like literally every stream, but I just hate the narrative around Splatoon 3 at launch that it was like, you know, like really like bare bones compared to Splatoon 2 when it literally had like way more than Splatoon 2. Like I feel like people are just making things up. Like Splatoon 3, like objectively speaking in terms of the amount of content, was like the best Splatoon launch by far. It was glitchy. That's the only thing that was weird about Splatoon 3 is there were like a lot of like genuine just like glitches. Like there was like the Salmon Run like mud mouth thing. There was like Ultra Stamp not working. There's a lot of weird stuff like that, but like I still just feel like overall it was like, well, and the maps suck, but like that's I feel like that's, to me, that's a different conversation. People act like the game like had like less. Some things were worse, but it didn't have a less, and I feel like, I don't know, it's a different thing. Hello, Mr. Train Boy. I mean, the balance wasn't like that bad. I don't know. It was nowhere near Splatoon 1 level of bad balance. The person named Motomoto is not wearing the Motomoto boots. They're not living up to their name. I don't know. I don't want to go into that again because it's a thing where I just disagree with the general consensus apparently in the community. So whatever. But, you know. I don't know. I'm at a point where it's like, I like Splatoon 3, I like where it is now, and I kind of just don't care. I don't care about the content cycle. We talked about it for so long. I just like, it is what it is. The game is where it is now. We have third kits. You know, we have a bunch of maps. Some of them are good. You know, a decent amount of fun weapons. I am content personally. So. Even if it was a bumpy road getting here, we're here now. So let's just enjoy it. I genuinely feel like, I don't know if it's stick drift or just the control of the game right now. I don't know if I'm just rusty. I low-key haven't used a Pro Controller in a minute because I play Silksong with a Joy-Con grip for some reason. So maybe it's just that. I don't know. It feels weird to control the game right now. It's probably also just because I'm like half paying attention. Talking soon getting Octo expansion, getting Splatoon 3. That's genuinely kind of I sort of want to say Octo expansion. Yeah. I mean, it depends if you care more about single player or multiplayer content, I guess. Like, if you want a good single player, then get Octo expansion. But if you want to, like, you know, play Splatoon 3 while it's still relevant and getting events, and, you know, I mean, it's already a little bit past its prime, but you're still, you know, there's still Splatfest reruns going on and stuff. So if you're worried about missing out on that, then, like, you know, maybe get it sooner rather than later. Octo expansion, technically, you know, there's no time limit on that. Okay, lucky bomb. I don't see Splatoon make the jump to a T rating. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I've been saying for a long time now, I think we should have like teen, young adult content of some form. I think they should make like a separate manga series that's a little bit more mature, or like a Splatoon anime or show or whatever for that audience. But the games will always be like E10 plus, I think. Splatoon 3 at launch had more, but not better. I mean, I think the specials were way better. I think the kits, on average, were better than Splatoon 2 kits. Personally, I think the music was better. The multiplayer options were better, because you had, you know, series and open. For me, Splatoon 3 was like about equal, if not better, than Splatoon 2 at launch. Yeah, the whole build-up to Splatoon 3 was like everyone analyzing the trailers and talking about like how the special design was like infinitely better than Splatoon 2's and going to lead to like a way more dynamic and interesting game, and it did. The maps just suck, unfortunately, so that kind of stunted it a little bit, but you know, again, we're where we are now, so whatever. Do some of these Inklings and Octolings swear? I believe Pearl's song and Octo expansion does imply the existence of swearing, yes. I mean, Zelda... Zelda is its own thing. I don't know what they're doing with Zelda stories anymore. I don't know. Zelda's not really a series I think that much about between releases. Like, I'm excited to see what the next step for Zelda is. I hope it's better than Tears of the Kingdom. But, you know, I'm just gonna wait until we see anything of it. Really liked my single player ranking video, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. I don't think they hated it. I don't know about that. I don't want the stream to be so negative. I don't know. I mean, I know it's just kind of the flow of the conversation, but it's like, I don't want to do the Splatoon 3 rant and the Tears of the Kingdom rant. I'm trying to enjoy Splatfest and just chill out today. I don't know. I mean, it's a shame Tears of the Kingdom is the way it is. I don't know. It wasn't met with the praise because I think they made a lot of controversial decisions, I guess. It worked for some people. It definitely didn't really work for me. But I mean, it wasn't met with the praise because they made some weird choices. And the story sucks. The story, like, I don't know. I'll always be like, the gameplay is, like, debatable. It works for some people. I can respect that, but, like, the story is just bad. And, like, intrusively bad. I feel like Breath of the Wild is, like, it's not an incredible story, but it's like, you know, if you want to care about it, there's depth there to look for. And if you don't care about it, it's pretty out of your way. Whereas Tears of the Kingdom is, I just feel like, very in your face and bad. Is Tears of the Kingdom bad? I legit know nothing about Zelda. It's like, objectively speaking, it's a, you know, the game reviewed very well, sold very well, and is loved by a lot of people. But there are some strange design decisions that a lot of Zelda fans and a lot of people who played the game did not like. I mean, I don't really want to speak, you know, too much on behalf of other people, but I had a lot of problems with the game. There's a 3-hour video by Skitty Bitty called I Hate Tears of the Kingdom that I think explains a lot of the problems I have with the game. There's also like a 2-hour review by Zeltic. there's not a lot of short videos, but if you're willing to put in the time, there are lots of videos sharing a lot of the issues that people have. It's more divisive than Breath of the Wild. I think that's one way to sum it up, I guess. Splatoon 3 something I want since S1, a feeling I'm actually living, not just playing in the world. I mean, I get that, and like I agree, but like it is a multiplayer shooter. Like I think at some point, you know, you have to be realistic about what they're going to put in the game based on like the genre that it is. Like, I think it'd be cool to live in a house in Mario, but I expect a Mario game to be made up of 3D platforming levels, so, you know, I'm not really disappointed that that's not there. I don't know. I think apartments could have worked as, like, a lobby system thing, but, like, I also never expected them to happen, so I personally was not disappointed. Like, I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool, I think expecting that from a sequel to Splatoon 2 is kind of random. Yeah. I think my problem, we're kind of jumping back and forth between conversations here, but I think Zeltic, one of the best points I think Zeltic makes in his Tears of the Kingdom video is that, like, the identity of Breath of the Wild is its map, right? The game is called Breath of the Wild. It is named after the world that you explore. The entire gameplay loop of the game is exploring the wild of Hyrule. So, like, while I think some games can reuse a map and just fill it with new content and like get away with it because they're effectively putting a new game on top of the same map, in Breath of the Wild, the game is the map. So them reusing the same Hyrule as Breath of the Wild, like, it didn't feel like a sequel for me. And I wouldn't, like, I think calling it $70 DLC is a little disingenuous, because I do think they designed, like, you know, they still added a ton of stuff to the game, but I just think the way they went about doing that, because they didn't actually make a new world and they just filled the world with more stuff, the game just ends up feeling really bloated and repetitive, and like you're just completing like a list of chores rather than like going on this adventure and exploring this world. That's kind of my general thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom. Like, most of the things you do in Tears of the Kingdom, like, people talk about how much there is to do. But most of it is, like, just the same copy-pasted content that isn't even that fun in the first place. Like, I don't need 70 Addison signs. I don't need, like, a million Koroks, again, that are just the exact same thing as Breath of the Wild. A lot of them are literally just you undoing the puzzle you did in Breath of the Wild. Like, that's not fun. I don't really get that. But, yeah. I do not care at all about Age of Imprisonment. I know you're being sarcastic anyway, but yeah, I feel like I don't know anyone. There are people excited for that game. I shouldn't say no one's excited for that game, but I feel like Zelda fans didn't like the story of Tears of the Kingdom. At least a lot of them, I feel like a lot of like the lore-centric people didn't really like it, so it's like getting more of it is like not really what people want. Like, people who like Warriors games and people who just enjoyed like the vibes of Tears of the Kingdom, I guess, are excited for it, but I don't know. I feel like the discussion around that game is definitely like, after Age of Calamity, I feel like no one cares. Well, yeah, and then so they try and justify reusing the map by adding the Sky Islands in the depths, except then the Sky Islands in the depths are the worst part of the game because there's nothing to do in either of them. It's so weird. They just like didn't put anything there. It's just like copy pasted assets everywhere. It's so weird. Much bigger. Well, Skyrim and The Witcher 3 are immersive open world video game, like adventure single player games. It's not about the scale of the game. I'm saying Splatoon 3 is a multiplayer shooter. So the main focus of the game from the perspective of the like I'm not saying, you know, I love the idea of being immersed in Splatoon's world, obviously. Like, I love the single players, I love the story and the lore and the vibes of Splatoon. I just think, realistically speaking, it's not a priority of the developers in this type of game to focus on like immersion and you know, having players feel like they're living in the world. Like in a game like Skyrim, that is a priority. You're supposed to be immersed. You're supposed to feel like you are going on this adventure through this, you know, fictional country. So it makes sense to have a house. Like, I think that's a totally different thing. Yeah, dude, literally the moment I, like, I mean, I would, okay, like, with Tears of the Kingdom, I did enjoy my first playthrough a lot. Like, I had a lot of moments, you know, where my hype was kind of dying. I'm like, oh, this, you know, this was disappointing. I don't really like this, whatever. Like, you know, I saw the signs as I was playing the game that I wasn't enjoying it as much as Breath of the Wild. But definitely the first red flag was seeing the Battle Talus. Like, they opened the trailer with the Sky Islands, and then they just panned down to Hyrule and showed the Battle Talus, and I'm like, oh, that's just a mini-boss from Breath of the Wild on the Breath of the Wild map. And I'm like, but, you know, the hype was still enough to, like, push me past that, but then in the actual game, it's like, yeah, no, it just is the same thing as Breath of the Wild, actually. Which is the kingdom would be better if you hadn't played Breath of the Wild? Absolutely. But having played both of them, I am glad I played Breath of the Wild first, because I like that version of the world more. Tears of the Kingdom, like, this is something Skitty Bitty goes over pretty thoroughly in their video, but you know, there's lots of locations in Breath of the Wild that were specifically designed, like, with a purpose. Most famously, Shrine Island, which in Tears of the Kingdom does not have a shrine. There's no shrine on Shrine Island. That became like a skitty bitty meme. But like, there's lots of instances like that where it's like, okay, you can tell something was supposed to be here because there was something here in Breath of the Wild, and then in Tears of the Kingdom it's just like awkwardly empty. So I think I prefer the map, like, I don't know. It would be weird to play Tears of the Kingdom and then Breath of the Wild, but I still think, for a lot of reasons, I would enjoy Breath of the Wild more. Yeah, no shrine on Shrine Island, and this game costs $70. Well, I understand your point about immersion. Like, I understand the desire to be immersed in Splatoon's world. I just think, you know, there's a thing you want to be in a game, and there's thing that can realistically be added to the game based on the scope and the genre and the, you know, philosophy of the developers. And I just think, based on Splatoon 1 and 2, it doesn't really make sense to expect something like a house customization mode in a Splatoon game. I'm not saying it could never happen. I just don't think it was ever going to happen to Splatoon 3. And they also did hear the desires for something like that, which is almost definitely why the lockers exist, right? Like, we didn't get apartments, but we got lockers, because these are, like, you know, teens who like playing the sport of ink battles, and they have all this stuff, and there's all this stuff in the world, so like, okay, we'll repurpose that and have the Inklings, like, have these lockers that they would stop at before they go to an ink battle, which I think actually is a better way to integrate this kind of customization into the world and the gameplay design of Splatoon. So I mean, it's subjective. I'm just saying, I think the lockers are fine, and I think they are a more reasonable and kind of effective execution of the idea of like apartments. But yeah. Yeah, again, yeah, because Splatoon Raiders, I think the idea of designing, I mean, whether it's like that, the raft we saw in the trailer or something else, I think Splatoon Raiders, being a single-player adventure game, is a much better place to have something like that, where you are designing like a home for your character, because it just makes more sense in that type of game, and it would be a higher priority in a single-player adventure experience. I mean, immersion is like, you know, the world building of Splatoon is important to the developers. I just don't think it's a priority. I think, you know, if you have a multiplayer map and they're like, oh, we can add these fun details by like modeling a few assets and putting them in the background versus let's develop this entire side mode of the game, which will require, you know, making all of these different like furniture assets and like things you can put on the walls and like posters and things, and make this all have functionality in the video game. I just think it's very different to add a sense of immersion to the existing gameplay versus creating an entire new like mode of gameplay purely for the sake of immersion. I think that's a, you know, a different ask that the developers, that's not something they would do. But I don't know. I mean, maybe eventually. I'd rather everything be OP like in Splatoon 1. Yeah, I mean, I like Splatoon 1's, you know, I like the state that the game is in now. I mean, you know, if you use Portendo to play multiplayer now, I don't know if it's like the ideal for every game. I think Splatoon 3's balance is also pretty solid. For me, it's not really about like main weapon power as much as it is, I just think every special should be more expensive. I've said this a few times. What I like about Splatoon 1, it's not just that the main weapons are strong, it's that you're mostly actually using your main weapons. Like, you don't really farm special in Splatoon 1. That's not like a thing you do, because pretty much every weapon paints worse, and weapon depletion is a thing. Like, some weapons lose more special upon dying just based on the weapon that they are. So, like, there's just less specials in general, which makes getting your special feel a lot more earned, which is why the specials being overpowered doesn't feel bad, because you have to like survive and probably have like killed a number of people with your main weapon to actually get the opportunity to use your special. And I wish the game was more designed around that, rather than like, you know, having a pencil sitting in the back farming cooler. I think the pencil should have to like live for a significant amount of time and just like actually play the game. Oh wow, 4-star gal. I mean, pencil's not even the best example necessarily, but like, you know, just anything. Like, I mean, missile spam in Splatoon 2 was a huge issue, because they put missiles on these like really good painting weapons, like shooters, that could just sit in the back and paint and use this global range special, and that was terrible. So like, I think specials should be strong and like impactful, but it should just be way harder to get all of them. I don't want to say especially supportive things, but like, I don't think any role in the game should be focused on just painting the map. I think that is, I don't think that is healthy for the game, at least in the way I want it to be. But yeah. Oh, I got matching banners. I still have never gotten a gold banner in this game, by the way. Not that I, like, really grind out the gacha machine or whatever, but... I should stream Splatoon 1 again. Maybe you can do that sometime. I don't know. I like the Minecraft project is a fun thing to keep coming back to, and is a good reason to like technically get on Splatoon 1, even if I'm like not really playing it. But it would be nice to actually play PvP again. You have all 16 jackpots? Jeez. That is impressive. Streaming Splatoon 1 is how you first found me? Oh, cool. Yeah, I wish more people did, but I get it. I wish more people stream Splatoon 1, that is. Oh god. What Minecraft project? I'm building Octo Valley in Minecraft, the single-player hub from Splatoon 1. I did actually work on that a bit off-stream this week, which I kept saying I would do after every stream, and then I never actually got around to it, but I have actually been kind of polishing up some of the stuff and making it look better. I'm not going to promise Octo Canyon. I don't want to promise anything. I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear. I want to finish the hub of Octo Valley first, and then I've toyed with the idea of also building all of the levels. That would be like a lot more work, so I'm not sure I want to commit to that, but that would probably either building the level interiors or building something from Octo Expansion would probably be the next step before Octo Canyon. There's Splatoon mod for Minecraft? I think there is, actually. I think someone brought it up on one of those streams. I don't really know anything about it. I wouldn't worry. I mean, I just wanted to make it like a, you know, a cool build visually. So I'm not worried about making it like actually playable. But I think technically you could. It'd be pretty jank though. Oh, we are getting kind of destroyed. Okay. I mentioned I might build Cephalon HQ. Like not all of Octo Canyon, but just the final sector could be kind of cool. So I'll remember to appreciate Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder's okay. I appreciate it. I don't love it. Yeah, I feel like Nil statue has been done before, which not that that is a reason that I couldn't do it, but I don't know. That feels more like obvious, I guess. Like that's like a big set piece. I guess Octo Valley is also kind of an obvious thing to build. I don't know. Not that it doesn't matter. I just I want to build more. I kind of want to build more like obscure things if I can after Octo Valley. You need to marathon the Donkey Kong Country games. Yeah. I don't know. Not now. Maybe at some point. Oh yeah. If I wanted to build any of the maps, it'd probably be like Flounder Heights. Actually, Camp Triggerfish would be kind of fun. I could think about doing maps. I don't know. I mean, we're still a ways away from being done with Octo Valley. It depends how long the cliffs take. I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna like figure out like a system for the cliffs. I really don't know where to start with them. Like, I think I'm gonna need to figure out how to use Axiom better, because I definitely can't build that like by hand, or that would take like years. So I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of system for it, but it's gonna take a while. Map of the Bean Bean Kingdom, that'd be cool. Bum, 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 bum. Actually, building like the whole... I feel like more fun than the head of the Nil statue would just be building like the escape sequence. Like, I'm picturing like the spinal phase and the diaphragm phase in Minecraft. That would be really cool. I think we're full currently, I'm not sure. Oh, nice. Mahi Mahi would be cool too. That actually would be really fun because you would build like the hotel around it. Making the squid-shaped pool would probably be kind of annoying, but I guess it'd be kind of fun as a challenge. Only saw 3? Okay, you can join then. I honestly, I thought someone left, but I wasn't sure. Or I thought someone maybe left. I don't know. But yeah, I'll try to remember to back out at the end. Piranha Pit would be a pretty cool build too. I don't know. Again, like, fun ideas for the future, but Octa Valley is still gonna take a while, and I don't really, you know, I work on it like every other week at best, so it's probably gonna be kind of slow going. It's just like a side thing. Ow. You'd love to see me try squid beats? I'm so bad at... Dude, I'm so bad at that. I'm actually abysmal. Did I try it on stream? We went back and played Splatoon 2 one day, and I think I tried it and was just like absolutely terrible. I don't even remember. Maybe I didn't. I feel like I tried it. I can't remember if I did it on stream though. What are you doing? What is this person doing? Okay. Squid Beats 2 is the rhythm game in Splatoon 2. Is the one part of the game I've like barely touched. Yeah, it was so easy but also satisfying, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna back out now to let Prismark in. They still never like fix Splatfest lobbies, so it like kicks everyone out when you remake, which is annoying. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Do 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 do. Did we had another person. Well, I guess that's fine. Sorry, I was checking something on my phone. What else is there to talk about? Kirby was really cool. I feel like I was like, I don't know. I'm more excited than maybe I let on earlier about it. I do think Kirby Air Ride is cool. I just don't want to pay $70 for it. is the main thing. Splatoon Raiders music is still something I'm wondering about so much. Cause I don't know. I hope it's more like distinct. I didn't like dislike the trailer music, but like I don't know. I just want to hear the main theme. I want to hear like the proper main theme of it so badly. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's gonna be indistinct. I just mean like I want it to be distinct from I don't know. I want it to be more like consistent within its own soundtrack, because I feel like alternative music is like really good, but is kind of like I don't know. Some of it just feels like Octo Valley, Octo Canyon music, and some of it is like just sort of its own thing. I don't know. I mean, it's partially on purpose. Obviously, you have like the alternate site music is meant to sound different because it's like made by the humans. I don't know. Octo Plush. I have mixed feelings on Octo Plush in general. Yeah, no, I mean Octo Expansion is like the best example, I think, of the music all kind of fitting into the aesthetic. And Side Order does a pretty good job with it. I mean, Side Order does a very good job with it. I just like Side Order music less, I think. But yeah. It's really just alternate that... I don't know, like, it's weird, because I really like alternate music. It's just, like, I feel like it's... I don't know, like, what the proper term would be, like, if it's, like, aesthetically or just, like... It doesn't feel as like defined as like, oh, like this is what alternative music sounds like to me. Like I feel like it's good that there's variety, but also it just feels kind of like random sometimes in a way that other campaigns don't necessarily. Yeah, DLCs are pretty cohesive. Nope. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, they wouldn't want, like, melancholic music for, like, the high-energy platforming and combat levels, but, like, yeah. It's just a weird vibe. I think it's part of, you know, I mean, the alternative problem is just not, you know, not committing to anything, not like having a like theme or aesthetic, and just like reusing stuff from the other campaigns. So I guess it makes sense that the music also feels kind of confused, but I do think it could have helped solidify the identity of the campaign a bit better. I want to say 3 is either Whirlpool Tune or the other one that's really good. I think I agree, though. I think that's my favorite one. Oh, okay, and I can't aim. For some reason, the only ones I can remember are the first one is Sandcastles, and Site 6 is Hyperdiver. I always get the other names confused, though. Oh, Two Shadows in the Sun. Yeah, that and Whirlpool Tune are my favorite. I forget which one is which, but yes, that one is good. Oh god. Yeah, that I love that name. Oh god. Okay, well that's probably not a W. Are you just gonna run a squad of 3? We just started because no one else joined. If you want to join, we could back out again. Yes, please? Okay. Okay, we are remaking the room. Yeah. I should know the name of that one. That's 9 out of tension, right? Yeah. I honestly don't love that one. I was never crazy about 9 out of tension. It's like a good song, it's just not one of my favorites. Use a roller? I could use carbon. Sure. I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with mixing it up. It is different than the in-game one. It's a little bit different. I know for a lot of people, we just like rewatch the trailer a million times, so it's like they time the Squid Sisters like stay fresh with the music. So then when you hear the in-game one, it's like weird that it's not there. But I think some of the instrumentation was different too. I really like some side order music. What are the Infinity Ball levels called again? I hate that I'm forgetting the name of it, but those ones have amazing music. I know they do like the number thing, I'm just totally blanking. I don't know. I know I don't like the Turbine Tower one, though. Souvenir. Yes, yes, yes. Souvenir 1, 2, and 3 are peak. Not a lot of the other ones really stand out all that much to me, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I could probably go through and listen and there'd be some I'm like... Well, I like, whatever one was in the second trailer. That one's really good. I guess it's also just a thing of, like... If I listen to the music outside the game... Like, it's not that the music doesn't fit the game, but once you get good at side order, and if you use... like hacks and stuff, then most of the levels are going to take like 20 to 30 seconds to complete, so you don't really get to hear a lot of the music. I feel like that's part of why it kind of doesn't stand out as much to me, despite it like fitting the levels really well. Like once you get good at the game, you just like genuinely don't hear it much. Oh god. But yeah, listening to it on its own, I could probably find more that I would appreciate. Routines, yeah. Yeah, well, that's when I heard Souvenir. Like, Souvenir 1 is totally like... I would never expect that kind of music in Splatoon. But I really love it. Oh god. Nice. The big disappointment for me, honestly, with side order music is still the end. I just really didn't think Spectrum Obligato, or however you pronounce it, Obligato? I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. It just doesn't hit for me. It's just a worse Fly Octofly, Ebb and Flow, whatever. Like, I really wish they just did a different song and not just Ebb and Flow again. I don't really... I don't know. Yeah. The beginning just literally sounds like a like 2011 YouTube intro. Like I can never get that out of my head. Like I just picture like the Off the Hook logo, like with the stupid like lens flare and like camera shake. Like it's just weird. It's a weird song. I don't know. Yeah, like, I just don't get why the side order motif didn't go anywhere. I see you, Prismark. Thanks for hanging out. Hello, Obsidian. Welcome. I pretty much erased that from my memory. Yeah, fair enough. I like short order is the thing. Short order, like, I wouldn't say it makes up for it necessarily, but I'm a fan of that one. I kind of still don't know what to think of Onward, low-key. Like, I really like it as a song, but I just don't know... I guess it's just weird to have, like, a credits theme for Side Order, almost, because the story, like... You know, it doesn't really end where the credits play, which is the weird thing, so it's like, it doesn't really have any, like, emotional connection. I guess that's what it is. Onward is, like, a really good song, but it's like, it doesn't... I don't have the emotional attachment that I do to every other Splatoon credit song. This is Splatoon, yes. I saw you use Brellas? I don't know about that. Actually, I do like the Sorella with Inkjet, but I don't like it that much. You always wish the Splatoon single player went for a dark turn, the more in-your-face manner? Were you the person who was asking if you should buy Octo Expansion? Because if you want that, you should buy Octo Expansion. Splatoon does have a story, yes. My channel has many videos about the lore of the games. I mean, I don't mind the darker elements being more hidden away in the lore. I just want the story to be, like, decent. If the narrative is, like, okay, and then the lore, like, adds a bunch of depth to the story, then that's good. They just need to go back to doing that. Beginning of Side Order so is the best sense of atmosphere for any part of Splatoon 3. Any part of Splatoon 3, I agree. I think Splatoon 1 and 2 probably had... What did I say they have better atmosphere overall? I mean, definitely Octo Expansion has better atmosphere. I guess Splatoon 1 doesn't really... Unless you're, like, really going out of your way to look for it, like hanging around in the boss arenas and stuff. Oh no, my stream is dying. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if you can even hear me right now. Oh my god. I don't know exactly what I should do. I'm looking at my OBS, it's saying I'm dropping frames, but I don't know how to make it not drop frames. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys, I don't know. I don't really know what to do. Probably, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I guess you guys can probably see on the chat how much delay there is. Oh. Okay, so is my Wi-Fi just dying entirely? Because now the game is lagging. Is the game lagging? No, it is. It is, definitely is. The audio is fine. Okay. Dude, I don't know. It's never been on red for this long, like, ever. Especially not this time of day. This is normally when I always stream. I'm really sorry. I don't know. Is there a thing you can do? I'm not good enough of a streamer to know, like, if I can do anything about this or if I just have to, like, suffer through it. We could bring this back. This game. I don't know about the stream. Oh god. Hello, Yassine. Oh. Okay. We're back on green. Try refreshing now. Hopefully you guys can refresh, because it should be good now. Okay. Yeah, I think it's back. Sorry about that, I don't know. Sometimes it just stops working, and I don't really know any more details than that. When I said refresh the stream, it got smoother. Okay. That's so... I don't know. I really just have no idea what even causes that. It's weird that the audio was fine and it was just the video that was lagging. I don't understand enough about technology to even know why that would be the case. But yeah, we're good now, so whatever. What would you say is your main? Splatter shot. I am basic like that, but it is. Or 96 scale deco. Dude, oh right, the video came out this week. I forgot I was gonna like talk about that. Yeah. Dude, that was so stupid. When the video wouldn't render. Like, I don't understand. Sometimes I've had problems like this before, where sometimes Premiere is just like, I just don't like this edit. Like, it's not like an intensive edit or anything that makes sense that it would be difficult to render, you know, or any more difficult than the rest of the video. I literally just had this one part where I had like 2 images sliding across the screen, which, like, you know, most of the video is me, you know, transforming the scale and position of images. That's like the main thing I do when I edit videos. So I don't know why this one part, it would make the render crash every single time. And I didn't know that was the case. What I thought was happening was like, oh, because I am using all these art book scans, it's a bunch of like really high resolution images that I'm moving across the screen, so it's probably difficult to render. And the scans of the Japanese book especially, I got from another person, and they were like really high quality images. So I'm like, okay, I'll just like go in and like lower the resolution of these, and replace them and like re-edit them really quickly. But then that wasn't the problem. It was just I just moved 2 images. The stream keeps exiting out? What? It keeps skipping ahead 5 seconds. Did you guys try refreshing? It's probably trying to catch up. If you just refresh, I think it should be good. Or if you... okay. I don't know. I wish there was a way for me to, like, pause the stream on my end so you guys could just all catch up, but I don't think that's a thing I can do. I assume that's just like a YouTube thing of like trying to catch you up, and it's like kind of jank. That's my best guess, but I don't know. Yeah, just get rid of the internet. We don't need it. But yeah, I finally got that render out. I just had to delete the one edit, which is a little bit annoying. It was just the one part of the video where I was talking about how there were like those 3 pages that felt like kind of just disconnected from the rest of the story. And I was like, they're just weirdly placed right in the middle of the climax. So I had those 3 pages like scale down, and then the 2 pages on either side of them appear on the left and right. And I just had to undo that edit because that edit existing made the whole video refuse to render. But I fixed it. So whatever. Well, I didn't fix it. I just got rid of it. But I fixed the video, and the video came out. And yeah, that video. I don't know. I like the video. I'm glad the video is out now, and it seems like people are enjoying it, and that's good. My motivation around that video was really weird for some reason. I like struggled to see it through to the end, but I'm glad that I'm done with it now, so that I can work on other things. We can move on. So yeah. Oh, we lost. I would buy you better internet if I could. Well, I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, I don't know. Video motivation is normally, like, pretty good for me, though. Like, it depends, I guess. Like, it varies, but this one, I just, like, I very much went through the, you know, the valley of the creative process where I was just like, this is bad. No one's gonna like this. It's not that interesting. I don't know. I was getting very kind of, like, just down about the quality of the video for some reason. But, I think it turned out okay. So, we're good now. So I said my feet after waking up. You saw the post you made for Team Ghost in my plaza. Oh, that's cool. Well, welcome to the stream. Stream is fine now? Okay, good. Yeah, I assume it was just trying to like make up for the lag by catching you up, even if you were already caught up. I don't really know, but it seems like we're good now, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Mario Party-esque Splatoon where you join up with friends and play minigames instead of matches. I mean, table turf exists, right? You can walk up. Oh, okay. Well, you can walk up those stairs and play in table turf. That's kind of the same thing. It's just one minigame. But yeah, they could add more stuff like that. I just saw, is my PC genuinely mad at me? I don't know. I need to, like, install more RAM and more space. like more storage. I don't know. I'm not, like, a very... I wish I was more tech literate than I am. I'm like a, you know, a gamer and a video editor, so I feel like I should understand computers better than I do, honestly. But I have like friends who I could ask. I've just been too lazy, if I'm being honest. And I'm just like scared I'm gonna break something. Like I don't like the idea of like opening up my PC. Which like it literally, I mean, it has like a, you know, the side panel like comes off. I could probably do it pretty easily. I just haven't gotten around to it. Recently got a new PC, nice. Yeah, mine's still going pretty strong. I don't think I need a new one. I think I could just upgrade it with... I don't even think I need a better, like, GPU. I've been running out of memory. That keeps happening when I'm editing, is Premiere, like, runs out of memory. So I just need to install more RAM, I think. And then... hopefully the power of the PC would be good enough to like still handle the stuff I use it for. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Orchestral libraries, yeah, I'd imagine that's very, very large. I mean, the stuff that confuses me about like storage is like I'm always just I keep all my YouTube stuff like on a separate, you know, drive. But then like my main drive, so like I don't know, I'm all of my computer illiteracy is about to shine through probably. I don't exactly understand why you even need to have space on your main drive, but like you do. Like you have the Windows drive, and if that fills up, then your whole computer just like dies. So you're supposed to have like at least like 20 gigs of free space. And I don't like, I download like small files just into my like downloads folder, which is on that drive. But other than that, I install everything else on my other drive, but it just fills up with space, and I don't know why. Like this doesn't, well no, it still kind of happens. It hasn't been a problem in a while, but it used to like literally fill up like all the way, and then my computer could like barely function, and it's like I don't even know like why it's filling up. I don't know what's happening. I don't know where the gigabytes are coming from or where they're going. I just literally don't understand. See you, Mr. Trainboy. Thanks for hanging out. To ease pressure off the RAM, your PC will use your storage as temporary memory. Well, that's annoying. Then why is the Windows drive so small? I feel like it should be like... okay, well... I don't know. I mean, it's not a problem I'm having right now, so I guess it doesn't matter, but that's annoying. That is annoying, and I don't like it. Turning that off completely breaks their PC. Yeah, I figured. I'm still on Windows 10, by the way. I don't want to upgrade to 11, but they're officially not pushing out like security updates for Windows 10 anymore as of this month. So maybe I should at some point. God, this PC with Windows 11. Rip. I don't even know how bad it actually is. I just don't like change. So I don't want to get it. And I hate the... Well, I think you can move the taskbar to the left. I know it's like in the middle by default. I definitely don't like that, but yeah. Oh, the stream is dying. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's already green again. I think that was just a little dip. I think we're okay. Yeah. I think I'm like home alone, and this is literally when I stream every week, so I have no idea why we're getting issues now. I know sometimes I stream later at night, and I think like my Wi-Fi gets like throttled then, because it always starts dying then. But I have no idea why we're having issues at this time of day. Splatterwing ghosts haunting my PC. Oh god. I thought drawing the Kali fan art would appease them. This is a good skybox, yeah. I really wish we could recon Splatfest maps in Splatoon 3. I don't know why they got rid of that. I would genuinely love to do that so much. Another reason they need to add Splatfest mode to private battles. This is Liquid Sunshine. Do 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 do. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum. I love this one. That's one thing I'm still a little torn on, is like, I really want them to kind of move on from like the existing idols, and it feels like Grandfest was kind of like the best way to kind of say goodbye to like the original 3 groups. But like, I do kind of still want more Squid Sisters songs if we could get those. I mean, maybe they could do what they did with like Damp Socks and just have them make some regular battle music for future Splatoon games, but I don't know. Where? Okay. The Grandfest version is really good, yeah. I need to listen to those versions more. Like, every now and then I'll like remember they exist and I'll look up like the Grandfest version, a bunch of Splatoon songs, and like, I wouldn't say they're all upgrades, but like a lot of them are like really, really good. And I really haven't heard them that much. Yeah. I mean, I definitely like, I don't want them to like appear. You know, I kind of wouldn't mind actually still getting like Splatfest songs from them. Like, I don't think they all need to appear in-game and like we go to the hub worlds of previous Splatoon games. Like, obviously that's not sustainable, and I don't even really think they needed to do that in Splatoon 3, to be honest, but I definitely don't think we can do that going forward. But I wouldn't mind if they got like little cameo songs for Splatfest. That would be nice. Yeah, I can't believe how long ago Grandfest was. It really does not feel... It feels like it happened like this summer. I mean, yeah, I think they're just the arrangements from the live concerts, but I just... Hearing those in high quality is... good. It is nice. See you, Astrobit. Thanks for the games, thanks for hanging out. 7 Wishes is so good. Or 3 Wishes. Not 7 Wishes. I was actually just listening to 3 Wishes the other day and like thinking about the lyrics again. It's so good, man. Oh, there is a spot open, yeah. I need to drink more water. I feel like my voice is dying. Yeah, I really like the idea that like Deep Cut's Tricolor Shout is like a song from the future that we haven't heard yet, so then we'll hear it in Raiders. That would be really cool. Yeah, I think Splatoon 3 has had less concerts, like less real-life hologram concerts than Splatoon 2. And they also never did one with all 3 idol groups, which does feel like a, you know, missed opportunity. I don't know, it just seems like that would happen. But maybe they're trying to save it for like a special... Actually, I feel like the 10th anniversary would have been a good excuse to do it, so I don't know. Yeah, they never did one after Side Order. I don't think it's that far-fetched. I mean, I'm sure they knew of Raiders' existence. I don't imagine they had like any of the music composed, but they almost definitely knew Raiders was going to be a game around the time they were making Grandfest. So making a song, you know, knowing it was going to be used in the future, that's actually happened before. Because when they made Bomb Rush Blush and Tide Goes Out... Oh my god. I think the devs have said when they made Bomb Rush Blush and Tide Goes Out in Splatoon 1, they knew that they were going to be like combined into one song later, which eventually became Title Rush. Like the songs were like specifically composed with that in mind. So the idea of Deep Cut's Tricolor Shout being made knowing it was going to be a Raider song is actually totally possible. And yeah, their Team Future. Do 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 do. This is still my favorite Deep Cut song by far. Oh my god. Big Betrayal is in fact peak. Oh no. Oh god. I'm dead. Sampling a literal scream at the loop point. The lore of Big Betrayal is something. I've seen like so many like debates about like if Deep Cuts, like if the whole thing is like real or if they're like putting on an act or like, I don't know. It's like it weirdly gets complicated the more you think about it. I don't know, I used to be able to aim the Trizuka. I used to be like really, really consistent with Trizuka, and I just like lost it one day, and I just like, I can't do it anymore. I don't know, I feel like I'm so bad with it now. Yeah. I'm so interested to see how they like characterize them in Raiders. I really, really want to like them more as characters. I hope they get it right. I don't know what getting it right is, because I feel like Deep Cut has been kind of confused up until now, but I hope they just choose something and commit to it and do it well. I really want to like Deep Cut. And I feel like the ending of that game is gonna be crazy. Like I don't know why I'm thinking about the ending before we even know anything about it, but I just feel like the ending of Raiders is gonna be crazy. Yeah, like I like the potential of they are the Potential Man idol group, right? Like there's so much you could do with Deep Cut, they just haven't yet. So I want to like what they are, but I currently just like the idea of what they could be. So we'll see. Bum, 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 bum. You're good, Green Gamer. Also, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm alive. Oh my god, what am I doing here? Why am I... Okay. It's a mirror match, it's fine. I'm like morally obligated to play in every Splatfest. I don't know. I can't skip them. I mean, now I stream them, to be fair. If I didn't stream, I don't know if I would still play in every single one. But yeah, I have to get on Splatoon if there's a fest. Oh god. Yes. I forget if we have 2 or 3 viewers in right now, but I am playing with viewers, yes. Once you missed one, you gave up trying to do all of them? Yeah, that's fair. I've managed to get at least ruler in every single Splatoon 3 fest, so I'm gonna try and keep that up as long as I can. Because I missed a ton in Splatoon 1, and I missed like a few in Splatoon 2. But I've literally gotten ruler every single fest in this game. You could join, yes. Or no, you can't, because you're on a different team, sorry. You were in every fest in Splatoon 1, really. I wish I, like, cared more about the game. I love Splatoon 1, but I wasn't, you know, nearly as invested or obsessed with the actual game. I know I played in, like, a few. I really don't remember. Like, I didn't, like, you know, obviously I didn't record it or anything. I wasn't doing YouTube yet, so I don't really remember, but I at least played. I know I played in Callie versus Marie for sure, so at least I know I was there for that. I know I voted in Cats vs. Dog. That's what I always say now. I cannot remember if I played in the first ever Splatfest, but I did vote in the first ever Splatfest. Oh, I want that kill, even though it wouldn't matter. I'm pretty sure I played in SpongeBob vs. Patrick too. I think I played in Autobots vs. Decepticons. Oh, I mean it's a mirror match, so it doesn't matter, but still losing by 1% feels kind of bad. Number 3 in Japanese is a number that symbolizes balance, light, and is a lucky number 2. That makes sense. Oh yeah, this is your second Splatfest ever. Hope you have been enjoying the Splatoween festivities and decorations and stuff. It's pretty cool. Don't remember what teams you picked, but you played in everyone because you're excited for everyone. Yeah, I mean, Splatoon 1 Splatfest did just hit different. Like, I don't know, something about it just felt more special. I don't know if it was just like being younger or it being more of like a new concept. I mean, like, I wasn't really familiar with like events in games at all at that point, so for me, I still think Splatfest are like some of the coolest things. I mean, I know lots of games do events now, but it will just be like, you know, the title screen's a little different and there's like a different mode or whatever, but Splatoon genuinely feeling like the world like changes and like, you know, you go through the city as there's like a festival going on. Like it always, you know, it doesn't hit as hard after this many Splatfest, but I still feel like it's one of the best, like, you know, of all video game events. I do think Splatfest are done really well, at least just in terms of the whole presentation. Yeah, I mean, like, gameplay-wise, Splatfest have gotten better. You couldn't play with friends in Splatoon 1, so, like, I definitely think it's better now. they just hit different for me back then. Has reached 2 people from the peakest country in the world? Sure. Yeah. I do feel like that's part of why I have like a sort of more personal connection to Splatoon 1 is because I do feel like I played it by myself a lot more. And it was just kind of like, I don't know. Like there is something nice about just grinding it like solo on a game you really like. And just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's just, whoa, that was kind of a nice shot. I mean, that is what I love so much about Splatoon is it just like, it feels so like cohesive. It's like you're just in the world of the game, you know, playing, you're playing the game in the game. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm, you know, like Turf Wars being like a canon thing that it's just like, you know, kids having fun playing like a sport, it just makes it this nice kind of like place you can come back to and be immersed in, even like, you know, with like the multiplayer aspects, it still just kind of feels like it's like, you know, you in this world. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, plus there wasn't the whole online community aspect of it, which obviously has a lot of great things that comes with it, but also, yeah, it it changes how you think about the game when you constantly have people, you know, criticizing it. I think we won that. Yeah, easily. Okay, I don't. It's just a little spread out, so I wasn't sure. Sometimes it looks like you're dominating, but they have enough stuff on your side. I'm gonna play like a weirder weapon. Never mind. Gaming is 100% better if you just don't read opinions about it online. Yeah. It depends on the game. I don't know, because like I think discussion is fun. It depends on the game and it depends where you're reading the discussion. If it's a competitive game and you're on Twitter, then yeah. Maybe you'd be better without that. But I think discussing like single player games is very fun. And I feel like I have gotten more out of games from seeing stuff about them online. But yeah, it depends. I mean, Silksong, I did pretty much avoid everything. that is a game I don't really. I don't want to say I don't want to hear other people's opinions on, but like, yeah, if it's just like people talking about the difficulty or whatever. I mean, that's a game I like watch stuff about after the fact. Like I 100%ed Silksong and then I started watching like other people's playthroughs or, you know, I've seen like a couple of videos about the lore and stuff, but yeah, in terms of like complaining about the gameplay, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just played the game and enjoyed it myself before even thinking about that. We do have an open spot if anyone wants to hop in. If not, we can go get started. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I will always say, like, because people complain about, like, there's certain games where people complain about the community. Like, you always hear it with, like, Undertale and Delta, and I feel like, maybe less nowadays, maybe, but, like, you know, if you're, like, a streamer, I get it that that's a problem for you. But but some people are turned off from like a single player game because of the community. It's like, dude, the great thing about single player games is that you don't have to interact with the community. Just don't look it up. Just play the game. Like that. It's that simple. You can just not engage and just have your own opinions. You watched the cut content video after you beat the true final boss and got spoiled on Steel Soul content? Oh. I'll be honest, I just looked up the Steel Soul content because I knew I was never going to do that myself, but that is unfortunate if you were planning to. Like, in my brain, I'm still, like, not done with Silksong, even though I've done, like, almost literally everything. I think I'm, like, 6 Hunter's Journal entries away from having all mementos, and I've already done the true ending. But it's been, like, a couple days, and I still haven't gotten around to doing that. I need to finish that up. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely genuine things to talk about when it's not just people, like, mauling at dying to a boss a million times. Why are you, like, printing? What are you doing over here? Die. That's what you get for farming special. That was not a good jump. I don't know why or Zipcaster. do do do. Oh god. I don't know if I ever finished the Hunter's Journal in Hollow Knight, actually. I was pretty satisfied. I mean, I did pretty much everything in the game, but Silksong, I've been more motivated to do, like, literally every single ounce of content. Yeah. I mean, the thing about Silksong is, like, I genuinely think it is made to be played after Hollow Knight. Like, I think, you know, there are games that, like, say, like, oh, this is for players, you know, Deltarune says it's for players who have already played Undertale. But in Deltarune is a tutorial for the battle systems and a lot of dialogue explaining that you can, like, spare or be violent to enemies, and that will create a different outcome. So, like, it accommodates for that. But Silksong is, like, they expect you to have played Hollow Knight. The game is designed in a way that you're supposed to know what pogoing is, you're supposed to know that you find the person with the map in each area, you know, like, it does not really teach you that. And, I mean, maybe there's a debate to be had if that is a problem, or if you just are supposed to play Hollow Knight first. And that's the justification. But I definitely think that is, like, an interesting thing that Silksong does that not necessarily every game would do. Yeah, I mean, it started as a DLC, but, like, I still imagine, you know, they did still have to make a starting area, right? Like, even if it was a DLC, they eventually decided to make it its own game, so they had to make a, like, starting area, and they decided to, like, I don't know, like, I'm not complaining about it. I just think it's interesting that they definitely, like, it doesn't really accommodate much for brand new players. And yeah, I think there could be difficulty options or accessibility settings of some kind. I don't think that would, like, really harm the experience. Yeah. I mean, I think I played Hollow Knight wrong. I think when I initially couldn't really get into Hollow Knight because I kept losing all my money and there wasn't really a great way besides that to, like, track my progress in the game. I'm like, okay, there's a shop at the town, so I need to go and kill things to get money and buy the items that I need to progress the game. And then I died and lost all my money. I'm like, okay, well, this sucks. But, you know, I kind of didn't realize that like how the progression in the game actually does work, and that it kind of becomes easier to get money, like, and maybe that is the fault of the game, or maybe it's just a thing you kind of have to like figure out. I don't really know, but I ended up falling in love with it. I just kind of needed to like learn how it actually works. Yeah, I guess that's true. You can't really easily balance platforming. Although, I mean, like, this is kind of an extreme example, but like Celeste has like an option to literally slow down the speed of the game as like an accessibility setting to make platforming easier. So like, I'm not saying like every platformer needs to have that, but like, I do think there are ways you could like balance platforming without literally redesigning all of it. But it is complicated for sure. Hello, Octawave. Thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Yeah, it's definitely, people oversimplify by just saying make an easy mode. I agree with that, but I don't think it's impossible. Yeah, I was saying earlier, Nerdbird, like, I feel like it's gonna start out pretty easy, but I just hope the like skill ceiling, I hope the difficulty curve is more like sharp. Like by the end of the game, it does get genuinely challenging. Because it will hopefully have more game to teach the player things and get them accommodated to higher difficulty. I mean, difficulty settings as free DLC is kind of, you know, they developed the game for like 6 years, 6-7 years, whatever it was. It would be nice to get them eventually, but I still think if they were going to happen at all, it shouldn't be in response to backlash. I don't know. I'm still torn on that whole conversation. Like, because difficulty is different for different people, but you know, it's the question of like, should the game just be hard and just be appealing to players who want a challenging game, or should it try to accommodate for everyone who just wants to experience the like characters and the lore and the music by having options to make the gameplay more accessible? Like, I don't really know. Like, I think generally it's good to have accessibility, but like I do feel like there is kind of still an argument both ways. I don't feel like there's like a simple answer to that. Yeah, well, I feel like they always say they're surprised, like, at how quickly players do things. I hope they would have learned by now that people are pretty good at the game after playing it for 10 years, but I don't know. Hello, Gooberling. Going pretty good. I have no idea how well the games are going. I'm mostly just yapping this stream, but the yapping is going pretty good. Yeah, it is a lot of mirrors. Yeah. Well, it's also just the question of, like, you know, should every game try to be for everyone? Like, is it okay for a game to just cater to a certain audience and exclude other people? Because, like, you know, it's something you pay for with, like, a certain expectation. Like, I don't know. I don't know really what if there's a right answer. I think it's a case-by-case thing. I don't know. I just think it's different for like an indie game too. Because it's like, you know, if you have a AAA game, I feel like there kind of is an expectation that, like, okay, like, you're making this game for, like, all kinds of people. You're expecting this to be, like, a blockbuster game that's going to sell really well, so it needs to be accessible. Otherwise, you are, you know, failing this part of your audience, because your audience is everybody, and that includes people who require accommodations, you know, either because of, like, disabilities or just because they're, you know, not as skilled at playing games. So, like, it's expected that those features should be there. Versus an indie game, it's like, well, I don't know, maybe they're just making Silksong for Hollow Knight fans. And Hollow Knight fans were able to play Hollow Knight, so they should be able to play Silksong. Like, I don't know if... I think some people would argue there is an obligation there, and some people would argue there isn't. And I don't really know. I'm kind of in between. Yeah, I mean, movies... It's a very different conversation with movies, I think. I do think it is a thing that sometimes more niche studios or, like, indie films are going to have more of a impact on a certain group of people. You know, they're going to be seen and enjoyed by fewer people, but they're going to have a deeper impact on the people that do see it. So it's like, it feels like, in a way, like, as art, you know, that is maybe more important, but then as, like, you know, as a product, as a video game intended to be fun, it should try and be accessible. So it's like, there's always just that conflict of interest. And I don't know, because sometimes things that are very accessible are very good, and sometimes, like, it doesn't really hamper the, you know, artistic experience of it. I think Celeste, I mean, I haven't, like, talked to a person who's beaten Celeste in assist mode, but I imagine if people find the game difficult to the point that they need to use assist mode, and then they still get through it, like, I don't know. I would need to, yeah. I would need to, like, have a back and forth conversation. I can't, like, come to a conclusion here just on my own, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Silksong also has the problem of being, like Hollow Knight was something that, like, it was an indie game Kickstarter spread through word of mouth. So pretty much everyone who heard about it was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like, I'll give this a try because it's something I'm already, like, there's something inherently appealing about this to me from the sounds of it. So I will go out of my way to find this thing. Whereas Silksong was like, everyone is talking about Silksong, everyone is telling you about Silksong. You know, it's very in your face, like, in the news, you know, so it's like, oh, well, if everybody's talking about this game, more people are gonna find out about it and maybe be interested in it, only to find out that, like, it's not for them. So, like it's not designed with them in mind, and maybe that's kind of, like, jarring. And I get that. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of a situation the game was put into. I do not play Pokemon. See you, Octoseal. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for playing. Cosmic, I really liked your last video. Got me to finally buy the first 2 art books. Oh, awesome. I hope you enjoy them. There are lots of cool things to discover. Yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like I have too much of, like, a centrist take, where I'm like, yeah, the valid opinions on both sides, I don't know, so it's like, I don't know, like, what to make of it exactly, but then, yeah, most of what you see is gonna be, like, extreme one way or the other, so, I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. Should I rate as being an $80 game with 50 hours of gameplay or 40 with 20? Well, I don't think there's any world where it's 40, but going off the hypothetical, I mean, for me, price is not, like, a problem. Which, like, I acknowledge that I am in a privileged position to be able to say that, maybe, but, like, I'm going to buy a Splatoon game pretty much no matter how expensive it is. So I want it to be longer than the hero modes, but I also don't want it to be, like, bloated. Like, I don't know, like, game length is not an indicator of quality to me, but I do want a bigger game just because we haven't really gotten that from Splatoon. Whoa, I tried grabbing the ground there and it, like, didn't work. But yeah, I mean, a 20-hour game would be solid, because even that is, like, longer than the hero modes, pretty much. I don't think any of them on a blind playthrough would last 20 hours. Unless you were, like, really bad or something. So, as long as it's, like, if it's, like, a concise, polished experience that doesn't feel like it has tons of missed potential, and like, you know, actually gets the full extent out of what its mechanics can offer, then I wouldn't mind a shorter game. Whoa. Oh, the whole lobby just blew up, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think on a blind playthrough, Alterna could take closer to, like, 5 to 6 hours, at least. Like, if you're actually doing every level. Octo Valley is definitely very short. Octo Canyon is longer, just because the levels are longer. Okay, apparently the game still exists. I thought we were gonna DC, but I guess not. But yeah, 20-hour Splatoon single player would be definitely way bigger. And actually, yeah, I do want it to be replayable. So I actually kind of wouldn't mind it being short. I think 20 hours might actually be, like, ideal. Like a 20-hour casual playthrough that can be speedrun and, like, maybe not literally speedrun, but, like, you know, replayed within, like, 10 to 15 hours, maybe, would actually be kind of perfect. I generally like shorter games. Like, 30 is kind of my upper limit of, like, I can play a game longer than that and still enjoy it, but I think 30 is probably the max of, like, a game I would want to replay, and I like replaying games. So I would want it to be like 20 to 30, ideally, I guess, probably closer to 20. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want it to be bloated. I feel like a lot of recent games just, like, have a bunch of stuff everywhere. And I don't want them to just fill it with things to extend the playtime that aren't actually, like, fun or meaningful. I don't know what I'm doing with the Zipcaster, but that kind of worked, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just I'm just I want to know. I want to know anything about it. I really, really want another trailer at some point in the future. And I don't know when that day will be. Yeah, 3D Mario games have a very good, like, I'd say Mario Galaxy is also, I mean, it's a game I've replayed many, many times, so I guess I'm biased there, but, yes, I think generally 3D Mario length is very good for replayability. Because you get to, like, choose which objectives you do, and you only have to do about half of them to actually finish the game. I mean, Splatoon 3 was also announced way too early. It's just a Splatoon problem for some reason. I don't know why. And Side Order. Splatoon 3 was announced too early, Side Order was announced too early, and Raiders was announced too early. I don't know why they keep doing this. It's just a Splatoon problem. Yeah, I think February is our best bet. Which, again, don't know why we have like 8 months of no news, but whatever. I thought my zipcaster like ran out. I was trying to throw a bomb. I don't know what was happening there. Having Raiders be announced on the anniversary of the random E3 trailer and nothing for the actual third. Yeah. I mean, like, I know it was just like, we need to make a video to get Splatoon fans to buy a Switch 2. Like, I know that's what it was. But, like, you could have had third kits and Urchin Underpass. Like, there was enough news. It was like a crazy amount of news already. Like, you could have taken Raiders out. I mean, Raiders was for sure the most exciting thing, but like, we've been begging for third kits for months. You finally have third kits. Just do that. That's enough to get people excited. You know, we have better graphics on Switch 2 now. Like, that's news. You're good. You can leave it at that. And then Raiders should have been announced in the September Direct. And then, like, that would have at least been, like, reasonable. Like, September to February without news. But June to February is like, why? Why are you doing that to us? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, Nintendo, like Rock Wizard was saying, Nintendo is normally not bad about this. Like, they normally, their trailers actually show gameplay. They're normally, like, you know, 9 months to a year at most from the game coming out, normally less than that. And like, they actually show you what the game is, they give you the information you need, and then they, you know, get on with it. And Splatoon lately has just not been good about that. The big man crash out would be legendary. I would enjoy that. It's so hard to predict what they're gonna do with Deep Cut. Okay, that was a cool bomb. I just want them to be good. Like, that's all I can say about Deep Cut is I want them to do them right. I want them to figure out what the point of Deep Cut is and commit to something and write them well. Cool. I thought that would kill, kind of. Can I? Come on, there we go. Thought it eventually. Yeah. Oops. I mean, I'm sure treasure is going to be like the beginning motivation. I don't mind if it starts with like, okay, we're going to the islands to get treasure, but then something needs to happen, you know? That can't be it. If that's it, then it's like, dude. I mean, again, I'm optimistic because I just don't feel like there's a lot of, like, distractions. Like, Return of the Mammalians was trying to do a million things at once, so it didn't get a chance to focus on Deep Cut. But, like, now we're on an island with Deep Cut. Like, they can't not do something with them, right? Because there's no one else there. Like, I don't know. To me, that... I'm hopeful about it because it seems like the cast is going to be pretty small, and they'll just have the mechanic and Deep Cut, and those will be the characters. So... I think it'll be okay. Enjoyed having your Mario Galaxy streams in the background while painting. That's cool. I'm glad to be background noise for painting. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, the Robin Hood thing doesn't work because then they're also rich. You can't steal from the rich if you are the rich, like that. Yeah, but we all know that. We've said that a million times. Nice. I'm getting like terrible. I'm getting like Ground Traveler and Damage Taker every time. Yeah, just let them be bad people, literally. That would make them more interesting. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. I feel like we should be done with brainwashing. I don't think it would come up in Raiders anyway. I mean, you know, I talked about this in my video. I don't want to harp on this too much because I feel like we've talked about it so much, but like, I still think the thing with Deep Cut that people forget about is like their entire inclusion or like their role as bosses like doesn't make sense. Like, why are they guarding the treasures? They can just take the treasures. Like, why are they guarding them? Why are they in the boss arenas in the first place? Like, it doesn't. Nothing what they do in Alterna. Nothing of what they do makes any sense. Like, there's no reason for them to do any of what they do. They are there because they are bosses, and they're standing in an arena waiting for the player to show up. Like, story-wise, there is no reason for them to be doing that at all. Well, yeah, they wanted to sell the treasure and, like, give the money to the poor. But that, yeah, so why are they guarding it? Just take it and leave. Like, they didn't know the Grizz stuff was going to happen. They had no reason to, like, hang around in Alterna. Yeah, okay. I still low-key want to make that, like, Return of the Mammalians rewrite video. I just... I don't want half my channel to just be like, Splatoon 3 story mode sucks, you know? Like... Maybe in a few months when we're like really in the Raiders drought. And I want to do the boss ranking video first, because I actually like a lot of, I like a few Splatoon 3 bosses quite a bit, and that would be some, some Splatoon 3 single-player positivity to balance things out a bit. Yeah. Yeah, well, the weird thing, I think I might have brought this up on stream already, but the, like, Rosalina storybook thing that they're releasing for, the Galaxy pre-releases is published by Dark Horse Comics, who are the people who did the Splatoon art books. So, like, I don't know why the new art books didn't ever get translated into English, because they're still working with that publisher, apparently. So, I don't know if that's a sign that they, like, started working with them again, and we should have hope, or if they just don't care. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I mean, I never, like, heard the details of that. I guess I just assumed it was true because the art book stopped getting localized. But, yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the art books... I don't know how well they, like, sold, I guess, but I kind of assumed it was well enough. They like, reviewed well, I think, for whatever that's worth, for an art book. I don't really know how that economy works, but, yeah. Yeah. That would actually be a lot better, Joe Fiend, if literally just like you, like New Agent 3 gets to the boss arena and then Deep Cut like appears behind you. I would actually like that so much more. I mean, that still wouldn't quite make sense because, you know, you can still just say, well, why didn't they just go steal the treasure before we got here? But that would be like a small presentation thing that would at least make a little bit more sense. I actually do wish they did that. Oh yeah, the thing where they said Fry was an eel. Oh my god. I forgot about that entirely. There was some... I don't even remember what it was. I don't know if you remember Nerdbird, what that was in. There was some published material for Splatoon that said, like, the species of, like, each character. And it had Deep Cut, and it, like... I think it said Shiver was an octoling. It didn't call Shiver a shark, but then it called Fry an eel for some reason. Oh, that was Bunghole Walker. Wait, was it? I feel like that happened way before that. Maybe it was. I guess that was a while ago at this point. Gun. Yeah, the Fry being a vampire squid thing is literally just like one person on Twitter said it and then everyone believed them. She's literally based on an eel. Like, that's why her whole thing is eels. Like, yeah. It might not be as bad as Agent 7. I mean, it's similar, yeah, similar problem, but... Oh god. They have 10-star forge, wow. I forgot that was a thing in the game. We found out about it nearly a year ago. Okay, that's, for some reason I remember that happening like way earlier, but I guess I'm misremembering. The Agent 7 thing is just, there's a Nintendo Land thumbnail that labels Pearl and Marina as Agents 5 and 6, and then has like a silhouette that's like Agent 7, and it's like, yeah. the misinformation spreader, basically. I haven't watched the video, the thumbnail is everywhere. Nintendo Land is Splatoon lore's biggest off, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, because of that thumbnail, I could see why people were confused. The Agent 8 thing is, like, people thinking Agent 8 means that there has to be an Agent 5, 6, and 7 is literally just, like, illiteracy. Like, people just literally aren't reading. Like, but, you know, it's fine. I get it. Not everyone cares that much. They just see the thumbnail. It's understandable, but if you play the game, yeah. Yeah, it is old at this point. Oh yeah, Octowave, if you want to join, I can back out after this one. Yeah, I mean, Deep Cut is not a part of the Squid Beak Splatoon, so I don't know why the mechanic would have anything to do with the agents. Pretty sure we are finally just onto new characters. I still hope the mechanic gets a name, but I don't know. We'll see. I hit the sign. Yeah, should be done with agents for the rest of time, hopefully. At least, you know, as new protagonists. I still think they could maybe show up, but as I've said before, I don't really want them to just be there for the sake of fan service if they don't do anything, like Agent 3 in Return of the Mammalians. So, if they don't show up, I'm honestly kind of okay with that. Okay. Oh, I thought you were a beacon. Why did I think that Brilla was a beacon? I like jumped behind the bumper because I was gonna. Okay, I'm just stupid. I don't. I've like half my brain. Not even half. I'm like. I don't even know. I don't even know. You forget that Deep Cut works for Marine now. Ah, yes. That totally legit thing. That's isn't that like basically. I know there wasn't like a good way to translate that, but that's just like not what the Japanese says at all, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, thank you, Rock Wizard. Yeah, I try. I do feel like I'm a bit all over the place a lot of the time with the stream conversations, but people seem to like the yapping, so I'm glad. Where'd that guy go? I don't know where the second guy went. That's fine. I love talking about Splatoon more than I do playing it. Yeah, seems to be a lot of people at this point. I mean, I like that Grand Fest used all the idol groups. I thought that was cool. Rusty Head. That's not even their title, that's just their name. Okay. A Swinko. That is that that's a good one. I don't know why that's the pun they went with, but I respect it. I don't know why I'm reading the names all of a sudden. I just there's some good names in here. I miss the Splatoon names account. They barely post anymore. They probably just don't play the game anymore, but they had some good ones on there. Tried when you saw the results, yeah. It is rough that Future got literally nothing. But hey, I got 3-0'd in Splatoon 2's Final Fest, so I can kind of relate. Okay, Rock Wizard. See ya. Thanks for hanging out. So there a lore topic you want someone to make a video about, but you don't think it's a video you would make? I mean, most like salmon run related stuff, I guess I'm personally just kind of less interested in. But Resica's just made the updated one, so that's kind of covered, unless people have like a more specific thing. I feel like there are other things. It's hard to know, because there are lots of videos people make that I didn't think about it beforehand, and it is actually pretty interesting, but it's like, I don't really know until they make them. So... I feel like there's something I should be able to think of, but I'm... I don't know, that's the only thing that really comes to mind. I mean, I think we're going to get a future-obsessed villain. I think if the theme of the game is going to be that the past is important, then we're going to have to, like, have an antagonist who learns to appreciate the past rather than that being the default. That's also what all of the antagonists so far have been, so I would hope it is, I would hope it's different. Yeah. I mean, Octavio, not as much, but Tartar Grizz, I would say Order is more present. Well, no, it is past. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that'll be Splatoon 4, not Raiders anyway, so... I mean, it's just kind of... Oh, it's a ways away. Oh, I got 2 4 stars on this stream. Did not mean to do that. The water video is also really good. I like most Rasticus videos a lot, because they often are things that I wouldn't really think of. If anyone could, like, well, no. I don't know. I was gonna say something about specials, but that's kind of what the water video was, the first attempt I've really ever seen at anyone trying to explain specials. And I thought that was really interesting, but I don't know how much more there is than what they covered in that video. Yeah, water video is really, really good. I'm trying to think if there are other, like, common, like, misconceptions or, like, things like water that people in the community don't really understand, or, like, you know, it's, like, annoying to talk about that a video might help clear up, but I don't know if there's something comparable. Yeah. I mean, that's maybe worth talking about, but I don't know. I know you did like that write-up of it on like Tumblr or whatever. I feel like that might be kind of the better place for that kind of thing, because it's just hard to explain and like have like a conclusion to draw besides, damn, that doesn't make sense. Nerdbird can explain it better than I could. Basically, there's some timeline stuff that doesn't quite line up with like the concert leading up to Side Order and like some of the dev diaries. I think it's probably a product of Side Order being like delayed internally and coming out later than it was supposed to, but might also just be like bad writing. I'm not really sure. It's like, it doesn't matter too much until you start reading into things too much, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of a problem, but I I don't know. Dum, 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 dum. Okay. Oh, you killed me. Yeah, fair enough. I thought there was like a small chance we could bring that back if I killed the charger, but whatever. Okay. Supposed to be on their world tour before Splatoon 3 started and Side Order that go until yeah. They meet Damp Socks about half a year after they release their new music with them. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's unfortunate that that's a thing, but like, timeline stuff is confusing. This is foreshadowing time travel in Splatoon 4. Let's hope not. God, imagine that, like, they just mess up the timeline in the lore, so then they're like, okay, guys, now we have to put time travel in just to fix this, like, one obscure thing that no one even noticed. Dylan's Head's Excellent Adventure. What? Nice, okay, don't die to the whale, okay. I'm up here now. I don't know why, but I am. Whoa! Okay, never mind. I think I got a comment on the like Splatoon 4 video where they were like, I don't know. I've gotten a few comments saying people wouldn't mind time travel, which like is fair. I get that I feel strongly about it and it's an opinion, but I've not heard any real good counter arguments, I will say. Yeah, I mean, so the DLCs are they're already weird, because for a long time I thought Octo Expansion happened simultaneously with Octo Canyon pretty much, but then when Nerdbird was looking up stuff for the timeline discrepancy, I reread the thing, and like maybe that's not the case actually. Yeah. So I had always thought that, and I had heard that reiterated, and I thought that was true. But now I'm actually not sure. Yeah, I mean, side order definitely is not when Return of the Mammalians happens, but Octo Expansion and Octo Canyon I'm honestly still confused about. Okay. I think time travel could be good if well handled. I think putting time travel in Splatoon is not handling it well, to be completely honest. I simply disagree. I don't think it can be done well in this series specifically, where time and the past and like memory and like there's too many important things that are affected by the passage of time in Splatoon for the existence of time travel to like not mess all of that up. So I just don't think it can be done in a way that, like, all I can say is it could not be done in a way that I would find satisfying. It could be done decently, but it would not be something I would ever desire. Hello, Oreo. I'm confused now because I mentioned this at the start of the stream. I don't know why YouTube switched to using people's like @handles in chat instead of their display names, but that's all I can see now. So some people have different names, which is a little confusing for me. Yeah, like you can't just like put there's too many like problematic things that have happened in Splatoon's past. It would have to be like super limited. It would have to be like there's this specific, like if it's a time machine or like an anomaly or whatever, it has to just like automatically put them in one part of time and then bring them back. And that would feel really contrived. So I think that would be bad. But then if you have a time machine that can just decide exactly when to send them to any point in time, then everything else would feel contrived, because why do we not just stop all the bad things from happening? We're going back in time to the Great Turf War to get Octolings off the menu. Yeah. It would just not be good. It only, oh, so, okay, they're rolling it out to some streams. Well, I hope they roll it back out of my stream, because I don't want it. I want to see display names. I'll look to see if there's like an option or something, maybe. YouTube just keeps pushing all this stuff on streams without giving me the option to turn it on or off. We're going back in time to Side Order's development to get Glenn Fiddler on the menu. Don't ask why I mentioned Glenn Fiddler. I do not ask anymore. Not at this point. Whoa! I got jump scared. What do you have all that run speed? Oh, they're using a splatling. Or were, no, they were the brush. Wait, they were the brush. Why are they using... Whatever. Ah! Hit the bomb, hit the bomb. Oh, okay. Maybe the humans made a time machine? But then, like, where do you go with that? Are the humans, like, alive? Because that sucks. I don't want the humans to be alive. That's, like, the entire... Not the entire, but, like, a lot of the intrigue of Splatoon's world is, like, there's this underlying tragedy of the death of humanity. Like, if you get rid of that, that's just stupid. That's, like, the entire point of Alterna. Like, you see what I mean? Like, you can't... It just undermines everything else the series has done if you add time travel retroactively. Deadass, I kind of want Nogami to be the professor. That's... I've said before, I think if they ever show the professor in-game, I want it to literally do the Wall-E thing and just have, like, live-action footage. Like, I don't want him to be there physically, but I would want it to be, like, a video... Like they find like some video archive of the professor, and it's just live action footage of like Nogami in a Squid Research Lab coat. I think that would kind of be awesome, actually. To like just put himself in the game, but like it wouldn't be stupid because it would like be played straight, you know? Like they'd make it like serious, but it would be Nogami. It doesn't have to be him specifically, but I think being live action and having like a you know, Splatoon Research Lab coat would be funny. Time travel when you can only travel like a minute to the past. Yeah, we get Max from Life is Strange in Splatoon to undo the story decisions. Sure. That would be fine. That would not damage things too badly. Except, don't you go... They go back like a whole like week at the end of the game, don't they? I don't remember. I only played Life is Strange one time, and it was a long time ago. Yeah, we time travel to before they made Grizz a bear. Something I don't know what Marathon Infinity is. Abstract. I don't know if Splatoon needs abstract dream sequences. Like, I like abstract dream sequences in other games. I just don't know if... I don't know. I'd rather see something related to distortions in space-time like gravity instead of time travel. Yeah. Yeah, if it was like memories... I'd be okay with that. I feel like that could be like within, like, you know, Splatoon's type of sci-fi. You can like go inside memories. I don't really like want that still, but that would be more acceptable for sure. Distortions and gravity would be cool. That's always cool, dude. Anything that has like rocks floating up in the air and like that one Gravity Falls episode, or like the end of Paranorman. I like floating rocks. I'd be cool with floating rocks in Splatoon. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We just had Octo Expansion and Side Order. We didn't just have them, but you know what I mean. We had Octo Expansion and Side Order, and they didn't do any like weird abstract stuff with memories, really. I mean, Octo Expansion like kinda arguably does with like the weird nostalgic objects being like the stage decorations, but like, you know, we don't have like a story sequence really like that, and I feel like that would have been the best. Side order probably would have been the best time to actually do that, and it didn't really. So, yeah, at this point, I don't know. We should have gone that in side order, dude. I actually, yeah, really, we should have got an abstract dream sequence in side order. That would have, like, something with like Marina. That could have been so cool. That really would have been the place to do it. Yeah, Inner Agent 3 technically kind of is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do have anti-grav, but that's like... I feel like we're talking more like messy space distortion, not like, you know, intentional floating platforms, but just like some weird, like, magnetic... Actually, the magnetic fields! We have the magnetic fields. Those will maybe amount to something someday. Maybe for some reason they make a cool set piece with floating rocks. I don't know. Thank you, Nerdbird. Well, I'm on Team Ghost, not Skeleton, but yeah. Halloween gaming. Glenn Fiddler's fabled magnetic fields, yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Always count on Glenn Fiddler. It's gonna pay off someday, guys. when he's revealed in Splatoon 6, we'll have been the real ones that were there from the very beginning, okay? He's inside the Wahoo World Pole, yes. Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom and maybe just take like a quick break to like stretch and stuff, but I will be back soon. Let me... What do you mean add existing? Oh, create new. Okay. I normally don't bother doing this, but I might just be a second. I'll be back in just a bit. Alright, I'm back. Oh, sorry. I should have pressed A so you guys could hear the better music. Cool. Yeah. How close am I to ruler? Oh, we're back to Glenn Fiddler theories. Oh boy. Oh, I'm actually close. Okay, sure. I might keep going until we get ruler then. It sounds pretty good to me. Glenn Fiddler becomes Splatoon. Don't we already have Splatoon Jesus from the Alterna logs. Destroys the original timeline. This is like Jaru Deltarune Angel Theory. I don't know if that's too deep cut for the current people watching the stream, but maybe someone knows what I'm talking about. He's the second coming of Splatoon Jesus, I guess, yeah. Who is for some reason reincarnated as a fiddler crab and not a squid. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, still going Octoseal. I'm pretty close to ruler, so I'm just gonna try and keep going until then. I have built up a bit more stream stamina, I think, by playing a bunch of other things, so should be able to pass 3 hours easily. Also, my words stopped working. Last week's stream was very short, so want to make up for it a little bit, I guess. Bum, bum. Oh. Okay, I don't know what that interaction was. Don't know what I was trying to do. Do 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 do. Back to listening to Lady Gaga. Fair enough. I cannot compete with Lady Gaga. Ow. Curling bomb. Whoa. Okay. Thank you, teammates. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Going to see if they were going to pop around the corner. They did not. Okay. Again, not sure what the zipcasters are. I've done some cool ones, kind of on accident. But, yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It is fun streaming Splatoon. I don't know. I've liked the discussions today. feel like more people show up because I am like a Splatoon channel, so I guess that makes sense. Might switch weapon again. I've been liking this. I forgot those dualies have. Maybe we should try some of the new stuff. Hello, Splat Power. Welcome back. I feel like we've been getting less smears, sort of. I don't know. Well, I was looking at chat. I haven't played online since 9.3. I mean, there's lots of new weapons I feel like are worth trying out, but other than that, yeah, fair enough. Not too much has changed. Okay, why'd they pop Booyah when I like didn't know where they were? They could've just killed me with the gun. Ah, it's an arrow spray. Maybe they couldn't have. Well, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Just walked into that. Yeah, I'm gonna play something with more range, maybe. For these maps. Well, I guess Mincemeat is actually pretty short range. Well, is it? I don't know. Talking like I have any idea what maps are favored for what weapons. I don't. Oh. I've not played the game consistently in like 3 months. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I should not have dropped. Fair enough. Wow, okay, that was not good. I will try to lock in. I need to switch weapon. I passed the new dualies. Don't have a lot of time. Let me try these. I'm also horribly out of practice, yeah. No worries. Oh, yeah. Forgot that I like dualies. Okay. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, and amazing. I mean, if I didn't stream the game, I mean, I feel like I would probably still play like Big Run and Splatfest, but streaming definitely makes me more excited to get on the game. I really have not touched it much in the last few, last few months, really. Ba-dum. Ba-dum. Cool. Still kind of sad about no dually getting inkjet in this game, but I actually do like this kit. Why are you on the sponge? Why were they doing that? Whoa, there's another guy. Wonder why some Octoling's tentacles glow in the dark? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, 8s don't glow in the dark in Octo Expansion, and there are parts where you're in the dark, so I think it's just because it looked cool in that scene, but I don't know. I think it's just the cool factor. I guess it is specifically 8 and Oct, so maybe there's something you could that could be a headcanon at least, but it's probably just cool factor. Is there not a wiper with Fizzy Bomb? For some reason I feel like that was a thing. Oh no, the one has Torpedo. I mean, that would be really strong, probably. I almost wonder if that's why they didn't do it, because, like... Well, also, I don't know. It'd be a cool damage combo. I feel like the paint thing would be a little redundant, because you're already making, like, lines with your swipes. I don't know. It sounds a little bit annoying to fight, to be honest. So I'm kind of glad we don't have that, but it's fine. Yeah, did much better with that weapon. So many things happening. Ability star, rank up. Do. Mince meat metalworks. Oh, it has curling bomb. Yeah. Yeah, Fizzy would have been better than curling, actually. I know the sub distribution in the game is still really weird. Like, a lot of things still don't have Fizzy and Torpedo, even though they were, like, the least used ones in Splatoon 2, because they were added late. They just also put them on the least amount of things in this game, pretty much. Didn't even notice I was back live? That's how loud your TV is? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't gone for that long. I just want to like stretch a little bit. Like normally I don't take breaks when streaming, to be honest, or like I just go to the bathroom or something, but I just want to take a little bit longer of one this time because I don't know. But it still wasn't that long, all things considered. Some well-timed bubble. Oh, like, I see. I thought you were saying you were watching me on a TV, and I was confused, because I thought that would mean it was quiet. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, that's what I was saying. I was saying even Fizzy would be kind of redundant, but curling is like super redundant because you literally get like no extra benefit out of that pretty much. I mean, you get like a little bit more mobility, but yeah. Not really worth it when you have like Torpedo on the other one. Oh, just kind of had to stall and let that guy get crushed. Ba-dum. Ow. I was trying to dodge out of the way, but I did not quite make it. Do. Yeah, rip. Yeah, beacons are nice. I don't know. I never really liked playing a beacon weapon. Just cause I'd rather have like an actual like offensive sub, but I like when my teammates have them, so we haven't gone a single 10x, have we? I know we've gone a few conch clashes, which I guess is the same odds, but it's a mirror. It's unfortunate, though. Yeah, I could see it working well on Wiper. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, well, great start. I don't know why I was pushing up that far. I'm trying to, like, at least lock in a little bit here, because it'd be nice to get some wins in at the end. Hello, kitty cat. Yeah, I mean, Turf War is pretty chill. Like, I don't I don't get too competitive during Splatfest normally, but I also don't want to be like throwing if I'm doing viewer battles. Okay, nice. Dude, I'm surprised that guy didn't get me, to be honest. Jeez. I don't know if I should be rolling more. I died to that guy, so okay, whatever. Dude. I also just don't like this map. Mincemeat is still mincemeat. There was an attempt made at the end there. I don't know if that was enough. It was enough by 0.3%. It was just enough. Okay, wow. Nice. I'll take it. I'm, wow, 1 point away from ruler. Okay. Alright, well this will probably be my last game then. I'd like to end on a win. I know I say that sometimes and then we lose a bunch in a row, but like I'm okay with going for a little bit longer here, so if we win, next game we win will be my last game. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are like mediocre. Mincemeat for me is like an actually like bad map. I think a lot of them are like fine for Turf War at least. I mean, Turf War doesn't need as much good design as the other modes, I feel. But Mincemeat even on Turf is kind of just eh. What's the other one even? Yeah, definitely Make 'em Art's fun on Turf. Much prefer that one. All right. Nice, we got Mako. I was like hoping it would be 100x. I don't know why. I just wanted it to happen, but probably not at this point. Should have been a Whale Mart. I mean, they probably didn't. I don't know. I appreciate just being its own thing and not a real world reference. Oh god. Actually, the logo is a whale, though. Oh. Rip. Okay, well that was not the last game. Oh, your power went out. Rip. Oh, no worries. We're like 2 seconds into the game. I don't think number symbolism would make Splatoon 4 the last game. I think they could just ignore that. But I don't know. I kind of hope Splatoon 4 just has a subtitle, honestly, and isn't literally the number 4. Although that might be kind of confusing if they are doing spin-off games. I don't know, we'll see. Ooh. All right. Unfortunately, we DC'd from Mako and went back to Mincemeat, but we'll make the most of it. Oh, and it's a mirror. Okay, I don't want to... Well, I want to say I don't want to finish on a mirror, but that's definitely a promise I don't want to make, because then we could get like 20 mirrors in a row. At least we got good music. Bum, 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 bum. Do 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 do. I should have been able to kill that guy. Oh, I should have been able to kill that guy. Ah. Ba-da-ba-dum-ba-da-bum. Bum-bum-bum-ba-dum. See you, Splat Power. Thanks for hanging out. Do 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 do. Nope. almost got the fall off. Oh, come on. That could have not been a trade. Shoot. I mean, it's a mirror. But don't know if we're getting this. Ending with a wipeout. Yeah, no, that's them. Ba-dum-ba-dum, bum, bum. Ba-dum-ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay, hopefully one more game. There's Ruler. I want to get a W. Ba-da-bum-ba-dum. Lock in. I will try my best. I'm sitting up. Is my mic picking up my dog? I think it is. I don't know why my dog is barking. He's telling me to lock in for one final game that will definitely be on Mako Mart and not Mincemeat Metalworks. Okay, okay. Two splooshes. Interesting. Alright, let's go. Nice. Got the fall off droplets. Okay, Okay, that guy's out of our base at least. What is up with that, where people just do like the loop around the the Mako Mart thing, where they just run through your base and then run out? It's like, it distracts you and you're forced to like paint over the trail, I guess, but like, it normally isn't that effective, I feel like, in the long run. Especially if they don't actually like try to kill people along the way. I've barely been using these fizzy bombs, actually. I probably should. Okay. You straight up walked into my range. Oh, hello. Why? Huh? Why'd you land next to me when you're a charger? I guess they were coming out of spawn, but like... Okay, I don't know why they did that. You're doing the weird loop around thing again. Okay, that was just terrible aim. I don't know what happened there. We have some... I don't like... Oh my god, really? I don't have my QSJ because I'm in Splatfest build. Why did I land here? Oh my god. Come on, come on, come on. Let's lock in. I feel like we should not lose this one. Can you stop doing this? Yeah, nice one. You fell down. Okay, solid push towards the end. Hello, Octoseal. Hope the Lady Gaga has been good. Yeah, we got that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Pro is on the twink dualies. I suppose I am. I am gonna go ahead and make that the last game, though. Thank you all for joining me for the stream and the yapping and the games. We'll finish off with some conch gambling, I guess, as you do. Oh, yeah. Oh, I might actually do that, because they have the outfits, I guess. Let's, how many of these do I have? Okay, we got 8 pulls. Let's go. I don't know what I even, like, want at this point. Probably not those. Maybe I'll find I get a golden banner, maybe. Instead we get blue. Lean grease. Sure. More cards. Do not care. Alright, blue, we got one more. One more left. And it is purple. I don't even know what is that? Coterie? What is that? What does that mean? I'm looking up this word. There's a diaper brand. What? Define
Coterie.
Coterie. A small group of people with shared interest or taste, especially one that is exclusive of other people. Oh, so it's just a clique. Or like, well, it's like interests. Yeah, clique is a in-group. Why is in-group a title? Like, you're one person. How are you like a clique? Anyway. Thanks for watching. If we have any new people here, we do have a Discord. You can join in the description. Feel free to hang out and talk to people about Splatoon and other things. Stream is so educational. Well, I'm glad we're all learning here today. But yeah, until next time, thank you all for watching. This has been Cosmic. Farewell. Happy Splatoon.